Welcome back to the Wagon channel. This episode's going to be a little bit different to the first ones. We're not creating an instructional of how to do things a certain way. Instead, we're showing how we build our next generation of this adventure van, which has been a comfortable space to travel around Europe in for the last few years. In this video, we're showing you what we've done lately and which stage we're at with the Wagon Mark II. While we're waiting for the other bits to arrive, we decided to install these swivel seats. The by Pima, I think I pronounced that right. We got them from Clear Cut Camper Van Designs. They're slightly different to the other Sportscraft ones that are fitted in the Mark I in that they're a lower profile. In our case, the step we will eventually install means that we won't need to lower the seat bases. It saves an extra 300 quid. It's an easy job, taking about an hour or so. My next job was to crawl onto the roof, cut out 3 holes and fit the solar panel. The first one I'm doing here is a new Hartford skylight from Magnum Motorhomes. It's different to the last one in that it's a more modern design, has LEDs built in, and again was cheaper than the Dometic. Then I cut a 400 by 400mm hole for the AirPlus Deluxe extractor fan. Every time you cut out a hole in your van, make sure you sand the edges down and use red oxide paint, and that will prevent rust. And finally, the last hole was for the bathroom skylight. There's lots of how-to videos that go into much more detail on how to do these. But basically this is the layout we use for the roof, and it's identical to the Mark I as seen in the previous videos. It's been tried and tested. The only difference is a larger and more powerful 465 watt solar panel. Using one panel is our choice. 2 might be more efficient, but they're more difficult to fit, use up more space, and I chose 1 for simplicity. I'm just fitting some waterproof protection pads underneath where the feet sit on the roof, so it doesn't rattle or leak before I drill through them as well. Since we'd done with the floor, we moved on to insulating the sides, which meant removing the factory panels, having a dance, and chopping some wood. I shaped the ends as angles so that they sit flush with the supporting structures in the van, adding strength. Everything is glued and screwed so it doesn't squeak. It might not look pretty, but it's effective. We're maximising the space inside the van with this particular method. A lot of people have flat finishing panels, but as with the last van, I like the curve, and as they say, every centimetre counts. There are lots of debates about insulation, and I'm not going to get into them. There are right ways to do it, there's wrong ways to do it, and this is our way. Today is insulation day. Now that we've framed out the van, we're going to use this spray glue to spray to the panels, and we're going to stick on the recycled plastic foam. We've got long rolls of this, so we'll do them in one piece, and then we will stick on the insulation board and seal it in again with a big long roll of the 10mm thick
insulation.
People might say, well, where's the sound dampening? This method has been tried and tested. From my experience, and we have a subwoofer in the van, sound dampening isn't an issue. In my opinion, the extra weight and extra cost isn't worth it either, but it's your choice. This is the way that we've decided to do it. Once we've installed the recycled plastic foam and Celotex, everything is sealed with aluminium foil tape. Added to that is the 10mm back foam. And as explained in the first video, the van is absolutely roasting in winter and cool in the summer. During this process, I started threading and protecting the first fix electrics, labelling them at both ends as I go. This segment gives you an example of where the cables route from and to. There'll be a more in-depth video coming soon explaining details about the electrical system, so stay tuned. This upgraded van, the Mark II, is having a slightly different layout with distributing the weight evenly by locating the battery on the opposite side to other heavy components. For example, we've got a higher power 628 amp lithium battery by Fogstar. That weighs 49 kilos alone. And then on the other side, there are more important upgraded electrical components that combined they create balance. So we're cutting along this seam here from and to that seam,
yeah,
and then to the not quite the bottom, and then to this seam. So we keep the strength. We've got a newer split charger that keeps both the auxiliary and starter batteries topped up, a 3000 watt inverter charger and a 60 amp solar charger, amongst some of the other latest tech that's going in. They do weigh quite a bit, so distributing the weight across your van is important. I'll post another video soon explaining exactly what we've installed, why, where, and some things to be aware of if you plan to build a van like this. I almost forgot to mention that the wheels arrived from Rogue Alloys, and we've had the van wrapped by Turner Signs in Barnsley, so feel free to tell us what you think. Also, if you want to ask any questions, please put them in the comments below. Things are going to get much more interesting as we get into the bathroom and finally the elevating bed system. So click like and subscribe for more content. For now, until then, stay free, stay blessed.
Your face, some relate, leave everything.